do you have a favorite, a quote unquote favorite bombing experience to talk about? Like, I'm sure,
Mm.
I don't know what that feels like to bomb on stage, and I'm sure it's dreadful,
It's
and
brutal.
you learn shit, but also it's like it fucking sucks. I'm sure. But do
Yeah.
you have one that you look back on and you're like, oh, it's kind of like my favorite bomb. Like it's what it was bad, but also, something about it stuck out to you.
Well, the one that I've bombed millions of times, but the one that hurt the most was Kalamazoo, Michigan, whatever the arena is there. It's like a hockey arena or whatever it is. 20,000 people. I'm opening for Schumer. She's a huge star, superstar. She's nice enough to let me open. She's sold out the place. I look out in the crowd. It's just me and then her. I do 20 minutes and I bring her on, and that's the show. And it's all like camo hats and a lot of dip and a lot of
Mm.
sleeveless and a lot of flannel. And I'm like, whatever. But before I go on, she goes, you know what? I'm going to produce your Comedy Central hour. And I'm like, this is 2015. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, Comedy Central hour. I've got nothing going on in my life. This is huge. Thank you. You're the best. You're such a great friend and so nice. And
Hmm.
you're using your power to help me. But she goes, she's usually like so busy that she would sit in the green room and I would do a set and she would work on her notes or do her stuff. And then I would bring her on and she would kill. So she goes, but tonight, since I'm giving you this hour, I want to watch, see what kind of material you're doing, so I can, have a sense of it for TV. So I was like, all right, great. So it's been going great. It's a great tour. But for some reason, knowing she was there, she's sitting on the side of the stage. It's a
Mm.
giant arena. I go up first. I go up pretty cold. And I'm doing 20 minutes in front of her, in front of the crowd. And I eat shit. First joke
Mm.
bombs. Second joke bomb. This is 20,000 people.
Yeah.
The silence of 20,000 people is deafening.
Is
It's a
is it
piercing feeling.
Is it actual silence or is it dulled laughter? Because I've been to shows where I've listened to some podcasts where comedians talk about bombing after the fact, and I've been in the show, and I wouldn't describe what they just did as bombing. So do you to you is is bombing the laughter isn't to your expectation, or is bombing it's just it couldn't hear shit? Like, was it actually pretty
It was
deafening
pretty
silence?
bad, pretty
Yeah.
quiet, and you could hear like a every
Oh,
now and
there you
then,
go.
or like a
Pre-COVID, so no one was freaked
yeah,
out. Yeah.
exactly. Or there would be like a guy. I think I'm sitting here. I think I'm sitting. Oh, sorry. I thought this was my
Yeah.
seat. You hear a little of that, or like, where are our seats? You see
Yeah.
people walking around because it's 20,000 people in a giant arena, and she's sitting there, and I can tell she's like, I'm just offering this guy a special with my name on it, and look, this is what he's doing. And I've been killing all tour, and I was like, this is the one. And on my back, the sweat running down my back is collecting in my asshole, and I'm soaking wet. And I made the mistake. It's Kalamazoo, Michigan. I'm a New York comedian. I thought in my head like, oh, I'll open with the stuff I'm going to open the special with, which is like this whole
Mhm.
therapy chunk, anxiety chunk. They don't fucking go to therapy. They don't know about. They don't have. They call a guy with anxiety. What are you, gay or whatever?
Yeah.
So I should have just played to the crowd. But I opened with the stuff I thought I'd open the special with, and that was a huge mistake. And right after the anxiety opener, they were just like, fuck this guy. They checked out, and they're like, who is he, by the way? Where's Amy? We came to see, who's this guy? He's still on? Jesus Christ. And it was brutal. And I walked off. I was traumatized. I was like shaking.